Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, the allies, which are the Russians, the Chinese, the Indians, the North Koreans, the um, Iranians, some Brazilians, some Venezuelans, some Nicaraguans, they get together now. So one of these little get-together occurred in Moscow today between the President of Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, and the North Korean Foreign Minister. That is a consequence of the Axis formation, which is United States of America and the rest the Weasel countries, about 30. So we have the allies, Russians and so on, against the Axis, United States and by himself or by itself. So what's going on? Putin hosts the North Korean foreign minister in Kremlin visit, and it seems like the woodchuck will receive Putin in Pyongyang soon. Which is what? Well, because they're both isolated, they decide to dance together. Yeah, okay. Agence France Presse, 16 hours ago. This is the January 16th, 2024. Putin hosts North Korean foreign minister in Kremlin visit. Oh la la. Suck your belly, man. What's going on over there? That button will just pook. There's a translator. Nice pair. Okay, let's move on. Russian President Vladimir Putin met North Korea's top diplomat in the Kremlin on Tuesday in the latest sign of deepening ties between the two authoritarian states. What are it? All right, so Agence France Presse, France. These weasels call Russia authoritarian state. Hey, fucker, from Agence France Presse. Who was the weasel who alone signed the pension reform? Was it Putin or was it your dictator Macron? I'm listening. S'il vous plaît. So it was your garbage. So you're authoritarian. One man, your president, Emmanuel Macron, took that, bypassed your Grand Assembly line. He signed it, made it into law, bypassed your lawmakers, gave it to everybody else, and says, this is the law. This is the law. And the Constitutional Court said, yeah, that's in accordance with our dictatorship in France. So keep your fucking beak closed unless you figure out your thing. Remember, the pension reform in France was so popular that about 80% of the adult population was against it. So an overwhelming number of the French people in the French population was against it. Macron has 30% approval rate. 80% were against that law, and he alone took it, signed it, pushed it forward further. One person alone. So don't sell me this garbage, Agence France Presse. You are garbage. Two authoritarian states. What about your shit? And everything what Macron did was legal. So your authoritarian state is legal, is legalized. That's the way your country, your politics function. Remember, Macron appointed now a 34-year-old guy who doesn't even know how to wipe his ass after he goes to the bathroom or takes it in a bath. Yeah. Anyway, he's half Jewish. Nothing wrong with that. This guy, the prime minister, 34, appoints his ex-husband, whatever boyfriend, to the position of foreign minister. He's 38, for God's sake. No experience on the job. Now you tell me that's meritocracy, my French fucker? Now that's authoritarian right there. No? It's like I just appoint my ex-girlfriend as the foreign minister. She doesn't know squat about it, but I'm going to appoint her. Don't you think that maybe for the good time I appointed her over there in the name of our rough sex? Jesus Christ, man, these people. Between two authoritarian states. And is it France and United States of America by any chance or what? No. The West has accused the entire West, accused Moscow and Pyongyang, because the West, they all think the same. They all think the same. Yeah, when Al Capone orders them, has accused Moscow and Pyongyang of working together to aid Russia's military intervention in Ukraine. Yeah, so what? You help the other guy over there with his other pigs to destroy a nation that's not his in the name of these interests, right? So what are they supposed to do? Take it and take it deep like the Prime Minister of France or the Foreign Minister? I don't know what's what over there. With North Korea believed to have sent hundreds of thousands of artillery shells and other weapons to Russia. Yes, so what? So what? You fight against Russia, Russia and North Korea is going to fight against you. Didn't you figure that out? What did you expect? It's not Ukraine fighting Russia. It's all these weasels fighting Russia. So Russia says, okay, oh, come on, help me. Hey, you help me. Hey, you help me. No, you can't have that, says France. No, arrête. No. Off. Jesus Christ, man, these guys are irritating me. Putin met North Korean Foreign Minister Cho Song-hui on Tuesday in Moscow, the Kremlin said. Pictures of the meeting were broadcast on state TV. State TV. Okay, like BBC? No, BBC is not a state TV? Okay, thank you. But the Kremlin did not provide any details of what was discussed. Earlier on Tuesday, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and Cho hailed strengthening ties between the countries in a separate meeting. And I'm quoting, "We always support North Korea at the United Nations and very much appreciate your similar stance in support for Russia's position, including on matters related to our special military operation in Ukraine," Lavrov said in his opening remarks. Cho said through a translator, no shit, that the meeting was evidence that friendly bilateral ties were developing in accordance with the plans of the two countries' leaders. The meeting came on the back of a high-profile visit to North Korean leader Kim Jong Un, so-called woodchuck, to Russia last year. The United States said this month that Russia, short of weapons nearly 2 years into the conflict, had attacked Ukraine with missiles from North Korea. These guys, United States, is not credible, because they lied about the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. So, fuck off too. Next, do we have the British intelligence? The same thing. So, why do you even bother, friends? Pyongyang is under slew of international sanctions for its atomic bomb and ballistic missiles programs. How about Israel? I'm listening. Oh, no? Why is that? Because of the hint of JFK? Was JFK a hint? Which has seen rapid progress under Kim. Ukraine's Axis have also accused North Korea of supplying Russian forces with large stockpile of artillery shells and missiles. So what are you going to do? More sanctions? Stay in line. Take a ticket. Lavrov said the purpose of the meeting was to take stock of agreements clinched during the summit in Russia between Kim and Russian leader Vladimir Putin without giving details. The Kremlin said the ministries would later meet Putin to brief the Russian leader on the results of their direct discussions. Putin has accepted an invitation to visit North Korea, but has not said when he will go. These guys are just jealous. I tell you why. These guys, Mighty Friends and others, they gang together like a pack of wolves to destroy small countries directly. Never alone. Never alone. They're too strong to do that. But like country of Libya, 4 million people, Yugoslavia, like 12 million at that time, was Yugoslavia and Montenegro together, or something like that. And then they got mighty Saddam Hussein with 24 million. They got Afghanistan with I don't even know how many goats and asses and whomever chicken were living over there in that country, and they still left like garbage. Now, all these little countries, they as an alliance, as an axis, attacked, and then they destroyed. Never created anything. Never, in this case. In the past 30 years, just bad stuff. And now they want to fight Russia, but not directly because they're cowards. And they want to fight through Ukraine, but without being able to be hit back. And Russia said, you know what? You're about what? 50 countries against me? Okay, it's okay. Hey, can you help me? Sure. Hey, how about you? Sure. Me? Sure. And everybody's like, oh, you can't do that. Only we can do that. You. Anyway, listen. putting aside that, I don't even want to say it that way because it's not like good and evil. It's a little bit more good and a little bit more evil, a little bit more good, a little bit more evil. Because it's to state that, hey, France is on the right side. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, you remember, they bombed Yugoslavia illegally. They were part of it. So screw you. That's a war crime right there, together from the get-go. That happened before Ukraine, by the way. So it doesn't mean that with two wrongs, you make one right. But keep a little bit your beak smaller, okay? But they won't. They won't. Why? Because they're not used to be countered. By whom? Who's going to counter the mighty France? Russia is going to smack you. Oh, Russia. These guys together can't kneel Russia in Ukraine. What are you talking about? All right, my friends, here it is. Russia and North Korea will get in an alliance pretty soon. You're going to have as well China, and you have India, you have other countries, Iran. And you know, however you want to twist it and turn it, this is the consequence. This is under your watch. So you must have done something wrong. All these idiots, Macron, Scholz, Biden, those guys in Great Britain, which I don't know who the hell is in charge over there anymore, Boris Johnson, Maharishi Sunak, and the other one, Lazy Truss, and who knows who's going to be next. Cameron again. Jeez, these guys are rotating like a revolving door. Or maybe they get Sir Blair, Tony Blair, who should be actually tried for war crimes in Iraq, as well as this guy here. What's his name? W. Bush. The same. This guy should be tried, but no. If you win, nobody would try you. Who said that? That bad dude that shot his brains out. He said, well, as long as you win, you don't have to answer to anybody. Was he or was Goebbels? It doesn't really matter. One of those bad dudes. You know, it doesn't mean that if they're bad dudes, they can't say some things that make sense, you know. So the same. He said, if you win, nobody will challenge you. The same here. If you win, who's going to say that I'm a criminal? I'm just George W. Bush or Bill Clinton or Tony Blair. But they'll point the finger at Saddam and the other bad dudes. But no, we're the good dudes. Why? Because they won. That's why. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.